Hi, friends. Today, our Writers Workshop lesson number 6 is on publishing. Publishing is what you do when you have finished writing your story and you've finished all the illustrations. What do you do next? Well, let's take a look. When you publish your story, what you're going to do is you're going to first reread your story and you're going to edit it. You're going to check to make sure everything is spelled right, that you have capitals at the beginning of each sentence and a period at the end. You're also going to check to make sure everything flows and makes sense. If you've left something out, this is a great time to add it. Then you're going to add a title to your story or a name to your story, just like all books have a name on the cover of their story. Then you're going to tell us who the author and the illustrator is. That's right, it's you. Then you're going to add some cover art. Finally, you're going to add your page numbers, and you're going to add your page numbers to the pages and the table of contents. And then you're going to add a dedication. So let's take a look at my story and see what that looks like. So the first thing that I did when I finished my cheat story is I reread it. I reread it and I edited it. I checked for capitals at the beginning, periods at the end of the sentence, periods in all of my sentences, and I checked to make sure that my story made sense and that I had everything that I wanted in it. Next, I added a title. I decided to name my story Cheetahs so that people who picked up this book would know what it was about. Then I wrote the author and illustrator's name. So I wrote written and illustrated by Teacher Michelle. You're going to write written and illustrated by and your name. Then I added my cover art, making sure to add a number 4 picture. Remember, number 4 pictures have all of the details: my title, my author and illustrator, my name, a beautiful picture that's colored in, as well as a full background colored in. Then I went ahead and opened my book and I added page numbers to all of my pages. I don't need to add a page number to the table of contents because that is the page that tells us what's in the story. But I'm going to start with my first writing page, and in the corner of each page, I'm going to write a number, starting with number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I went all the way to the end of my book. 6, 7, 8, 9. Always making sure to put the numbers in the corners of my book. Then I added those same page numbers to my table of contents, except it's really important to make sure that you look at your writing and see what you were talking about, and that's the page number that you put in the correct place. So for example, my animal and its habitat is the first thing I wrote about. I know that starts on page 1, so I put down page 1. Talking about my animal's body is on page 2, so I wrote down page 2. My adaptations are on page 3, so I wrote down 3 for adaptations. My animal's diet is on page 4. So next to the word diet, I wrote the number 4. My animal's family and life cycle are on page 5. So under family and life cycle, I put page 5. Lastly, I wrote interesting facts about my animal on pages 6 and 7. I had quite a bit to say. So in my table of contents, I'm going to write 6-7 to show that interesting facts are on both page 6 and 7. You may have facts all the way to page 9. And if that's true, you can write pages 6 through 9. The last thing I'm doing is adding a dedication. Sometimes authors and illustrators like to dedicate this book to someone special in their life who helped them write the story. So for this story, I wrote at the very bottom of my table of contents, this book is dedicated to my dad. Let's go over one more time how we publish a piece. First, we read it, we reread our piece, and we edit it for capitals, periods, spelling, and to see if it makes sense and it has everything that we need in our story. We're going to add a title to the cover. We're going to write written and illustrated by and our name. We're going to add some cover art. We're going to add page numbers to pages and the table of contents. And then we're going to add a dedication. I can't wait to see your stories on Friday for finished pieces.